Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that? What is that, Private Pile?
Sir, jelly donuts, sir!
Fuck! Fuck, 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 fuck! Oh!
Alright, guys. It's a new week. It's a bad week. It's easily the worst week in Supercoach history. A lot of injuries, not injuries, a lot of missed games, a lot of bad stuff went down in the span of the 3-4 day weekend of AFL. As you can see from the first screen, 1,500. Not great. Season rank is in the toilet, gone for the season. I'm not making that back up, maybe to 20,000, but like I said last time, season rank, you screw up 1 week and it's pretty much done for good. Did not win the league matchup. I just had to get the week where Trent McKenzie gets almost done, and all of my team wants to just sit out. All right. So, as you can see, number 1, I did go with the trade I proposed last video. I took out Dan Houston and I brought in the highest scoring defender of last week, who just wanted to play in the goal scorer against Ben Brown this week. That's great. A 32, exactly what I want from a 550 player. Meanwhile, all of the other players that I talked about, Daniel Rich, Tund, Brendan Maynard, who was like, I was so close to bringing him in. Like, I had it on the screen, I was looking at it, I was like, yeah, this seems really good. I don't do it, I bring in Rampy and Maynard, like 120s, I think it was 125 was the score he got off the top of my head. Yeah, not great. Zach Williams didn't score well. He was the other one I was looking at. But this week he'll score all right. Sicily 128. It started the weekend off. Sicily 128 on the Thursday night or Friday night, whatever night. The Thursday night, yeah. 128. I'm thinking, oh, all right, great week. Nothing can go wrong. But Dane Rampy coming in, he's gonna score 100 at least, or at least a 90. This good week. And then Friday night hits. It was not good. If you can't tell from the tone of my voice, I'm not into it this week. It's funny how fast you can lose motivation to play a fantasy sport game just because of 1 week. Anyway, let's continue. Doherty, great game, 122. Carlton won, they deserved to win. Geelong made the comeback, but they didn't deserve it, so it's fine. Doherty, 122, it's fine. Ridley, 0, thanks. Thanks, Connor McKenna. Pretty sure you're every Supercoach player's favourite real-life player now. 0. And for a lot of this week, it was suspected that he'd be out again for 2 weeks, isolating. Luckily enough, he's not. Starcevic, 89, great score. Brander, 75. That probably saves him from getting dropped. I did watch the first half. Actually, I did watch the full game, but I was really watching Brander for the first half. And he looked very close to getting dropped. That first half, he didn't do much. But second half, he picked it up, and I think he does stay in the team. The bench, I did bring in Williamson for Zerk Thatcher, which ended up being all right because I don't think Zerk Thatcher's getting in this week. If he does, it doesn't matter. I think Williamson will surpass him anyway because I think Williamson will have more games. Trent Rivers didn't play. Cripps, getting into the midfield. Cripps, 123. I know you're looking at it. You're looking at the orange player, but there's a story around that. We'll get to it when we get to him. Cripps, 123. He played good. I didn't really watch most of the game. I watched when Geelong was making the comeback. In that comeback, Cripps wasn't doing much. I think he lost the potential for a lot more points. He could have scored in the high 130s, but that's fine. 123 is fine. McRae 133. Great. And coming out yesterday at the time of recording this, Dunkley is out for 6 weeks. You know what that means? That means McRae, the god. He's back in the midfield, back full-time, should attend all centre bounces, doesn't start on the bench, doesn't play on the wing. It's good. Hopefully he turns into the McRae that everyone started. Oliver, 0, thanks. McKenna. Go to Bontempelli. He did cop the De Boer tag. So 97 in a De Boer tag is actually all right. That's not my problem this week. I'm fine with a 97 off a De Boer tag. My issue with him is this number right here. He's dropped 62k. Do you know what I could have done with that 62k this week if he didn't drop so much? We'll get to it in the trades, but there's 2 big midfielders that I'm missing. And it's looking like I'm not getting any of them for a while, which is just amazing. It's a great feeling. So that's like De Boer will cause any star midfielder to score in the 60s. Okay, he's that good of a tagger. 97 in that, like, it was a very intense game. There was a fight that broke out 3/4 time. Yeah, it's fine. So 97, that's cool. It's cool. Dangerfield 75 captain. All right, so why is he captain? I was looking through the matchups. I believe they played Saturday, the Geelong game. I think that was Saturday night. Let me have a look. Round 3. Yes, that's Saturday night. Yeah, because then they would have been Sunday. All right. So I was looking through the matchup. And I'm going, all right, I've only got 1 unique left at this point. I only had Sturt unique left. So I'm looking through and seeing, has Neil captain? Is there any way I can kind of even it out? And this was like 90 seconds before the game had started, okay? I'm running on my 2 billion IQ in 90 seconds. And I scroll through. I just put the captain on Danger because I knew Gawn wasn't playing, so I just put it on him. Then I go to matchups and I'm scrolling through. I don't see Danger in the commons. I'm looking. I'm like, oh, okay, Danger captain. It stays. And then I forgot there's a system in Supercoach. If I captain Dangerfield and he doesn't, both of them go in uniques. That's why Dangerfield wasn't in commons, and that's why I thought Danger was a unique, and that's why I captained him. Went from 2 billion zillion IQ to less than 1. It wasn't great. If I had known, I would have just captained Cripps, and that would have been the end of it. Either way, I wouldn't have won. It's not like this, like the 75 made me lose. I did lose by enough. That wasn't the reason. On the bench, only 2 rookies played. Only 1 looks like he is any good. Tyler Brown, 80. From what I've read, Treloar doesn't come back this week. He comes back next week. He is a chance to come back this week. I should say that. He's a chance, but if he does, I don't believe Brown will be the one out for him. Brown played a lot of wing this week. Maybe that's just his role from now on. I think Rupert Willis gets dropped for Treloar, but you never really know. There's a lot of weird stuff that goes on. McInerney didn't play, and Ned McHenry, 17. He plays for Adelaide and scored 17. To be fair to him, he did get stuck in the Adelaide forwards, and I mean, if you're an Adelaide forward, you're not touching the ball this year. They're really bad. Adelaide is not Port. Adelaide Crows is a really, really bad team this year. I think they go 0 however many games they play this year. I think they're playing 17 still. They'll go 0-17. They won't win a game. Grundy and Gorn. Gorn didn't play. Grundy played injured. Grundy's break even is now 189, which means if you started Naismith or English, you know what? You were right. I'll take the L on that one. However, you lost the first 2 weeks, so I'll take my W on that one. It's going to happen some weeks. They're not going to score 150 every week. That's not why you bring them in for 150 every week. You bring them in because they're a chance to 180 every week. They're always a chance, unless they're against each other. The forwards. Dusty didn't play, and I had him on field. Why did I have him on field? Well, I reversed trades, and why? This is one thing I could see Supercoach fixing maybe next year. There's a couple of things I wanted to fix, but this one I do think is possible. When you reverse trades, make reverse changes and reverse trades 2 different things. Like say if I was to press this, and it comes up reverse trades or reverse all changes. That should be the what the screen's like. Unless the trades have something to do with positioning, you should just be able to do trades without changes. But yeah, I had him on field. Sturt was the bench. I mean, there's not much I could have done. I'm taking the donut either way. Devon Smith was on field. Pickett, of course, didn't play. I did have these 3 on field. The Whitfield 8. He's meant to come back in this week. It was, from what I'm hearing, a concussion, but it was a minor concussion. That's just what sources say. GWS have a bit of a history with injuries, so I wouldn't be surprised if he does miss a game. But it won't matter. His break even is 202. He's going to drop at least 60k. We'll get to that in trades though. Devon Smith didn't play. Curtis Taylor played but looked horrible. He looked really bad. He had hardly any touches. The touches he had, he didn't have good efficiency on. He's 100% not getting dropped. There's no way he's getting dropped for it. That's just how the game went. He just didn't score well. It's going to happen sometimes, especially with rookies. Max King 51. That's a good score for him. 72 the last week was really good. 50 is just good. Tall forward. I've said it like 1,000 times. If he kicks goals, he's going to score. If he doesn't, he's going to not score high. Buderick, or there's another way to pronounce his name, but I don't know it. 80. That's fine. Along with... Alright. Rao. It's like wow. Rao. We'll go with that. Rao, 141. This guy. The highest scoring midfielder. My highest scoring player on the team this week. He's an actual legend. He went up 100k in 1 week. Actual legend. Him and Buderick are really showing to be top rookies this year. I'd say the top 3 rookie Supercoach players. When I say rookie Supercoach, I mean in that rookie price range. I don't mean first year, but you know what I mean. Rao, Buderick, and Starcevic. They look like the head and shoulders above everyone else. Brown is working his way up, but considering that he only came in because Trelaw was injured, the job security problems, all that, there's a fair bit in there. But yeah, I'd say they're the top 3. And I mean, it's too late to bring them in because Rao's already almost 400k. Starcevic is getting close to his cap. I'd say his cap is 290. I'd say that's about his cap. And then Buderick, is probably going to cap out at 250. Who knows? But he's probably the guy who keeps getting called in every week, has good job security. Gold Coast is weird. Sturt 11 rolled his ankle or broke his ankle. I can't remember. I believe it was just rolled his ankle. See if it says. Suffered a bad ankle injury. Thanks, Supercoach. Don't tell me. Fine. Keep your secrets then. That's fine though. He is only bench. He didn't make his money, and he will come back. Unless Hill comes in and is the permanent replacement for Sturt, then there's an issue. But I don't think that's how it is. All right, so that's the rundown of the team. Let's have a look at trades. Number one trade this week, and will be happening. There's no doubt about it. Will be Jai Simpkin in. It does leave 79k, and the idea, like what I was going into the reset thinking was, oh yeah, I can just do that, and bring in 5. 31k off. Do you know where that 31k is? Right there. That's where it is. That's where it is. Because I have 25k in the bank already. If I had went to Maynard, I would have gained another 20k, so that's 40k extra. Which means this works. Thank you, Rampy, for your 32 and ruining my team. I love it. Alright, so can't go 5 and no danger out. Have to hold danger for a week. How much does he drop in 1 week? At this point, it's too hard to tell. There are other players I could bring in if I wasn't so picky with who I want and how good these players are. Like Neil right now is out of reach. I can't bring him in. I'd have to trade Cripps to Neil or something like that. I can't bring him in. He's out of it. 5 is about a week or 2 away from Neil. Sorry about that. He's getting up there. He's almost 700k, and he's probably 700k after this week. The plan is Simpkin in this week gives me 79k. Next week, danger doesn't drop too much. I can't remember what his official break even is, but hopefully it's not too high. They're versus Melbourne. Danger likes versus Melbourne. If not, I just have to hold it and find another way. Maybe you don't keep Raul, and Raul upgrade is 5. Who knows? But yeah, the plan is danger doesn't drop too much. 79k plus danger plus like Brown, something like that, is 5. Hopefully, fingers crossed, toes crossed, everything crossed, But anyway, this will be the trade that's happening because Whitfield's going to drop, Simpkin's going to rise. It's a good trade. And something that I do recommend players doing. I could also see Bailey Smith coming in. Either way, both will lose their pod tag. They'll both have pretty high ownership after this week. Anyway, that's it for the team. Is there anyone I need on field? I might field Pickett over King. That's probably going to come down to a game day decision. When do they play? We've got St Kilda on Saturday and Melbourne on Sunday. Alright, yeah, I'll just leave it to before the game, see how I feel. Rivers will be on the bench because everyone here is playing. Yep. Everyone here is playing. Yep. Everyone, yep. And everyone there is playing. As of recording. Hopefully I don't have to re-record. Go into the matchups. Let's have a look. Now, going into it, I haven't even looked at it yet. It's on the side screen. I'm not looking. I do expect a loss this week. Danger not scoring well. Bont not scoring well. Bont probably copping another tag. Hewitt from Sydney. I am expecting a loss. Let's go into it. Alright, he's got Howe against GWS. I could see Howe scoring alright. I don't think he's going to score. He's 120, but I could see a 105. Canelio against Collingwood. Against Collingwood, maybe they put main, not tag, but like main defend Josh Kelly, who's coming back in. He's definitely coming back in. So Canelio's a chance to go big. He does like playing Collingwood. I do believe. I can't remember his previous scores against them, but I don't know. I do think Keneally has a good week. Zach Williams and Whitfield. Whitfield could come back and score 120. Who knows? Williams, not too sure. Williams could go either way. He could either score 80 or he could score 150. It's really weird. Brown will play. Noble is a chance to get dropped, but I don't really see it happening. Darcy Cameron probably gets dropped. I'd say there's a higher chance he is dropped. Mason Cox is healthy, so it probably does come in. Especially with like how Mason Cox is promoting the AFL in America. I think the AFL will step in and say you're playing him. Tim Kelly. See, now Tim Kelly's kind of been the odd one out in the West Coast midfield. I've said since like the season ended, we didn't need another midfielder. Tim Kelly's cool, but we didn't need it. We need a new forward as a West Coast fan. Need another forward, not another midfielder. Got another midfielder, and he's all right. I came close to starting him. Lucky I didn't. Hugh Greenwood against Freo. That's an interesting game. He could score. All right. Another Neil Captain. See, this is why I'm losing so many games. Neil Captain is too overpowered. Someone nerf this. Someone go tag him, please, or something. Viney and Rivers. Viney's the interesting one here. He did have those first 2 weeks of pretty good scores. What were they? 130s? 186. But then he also scored really good in the JLT. Could he score that big again? It's possible, but with the way Petrarca and Oliver are playing, I don't think so. I think a high 90 is around about Viney cap. But I wouldn't be surprised if he puts up 115. I'll put it that way. As for my side, McRae could go big, could go small. Bont could go big, could go small. And I know all of these are like, you know that segment, say that again? I know, it's fine. Rampy, oh please, just score in the 90s. 90s and I'm happy. I know that's a 550k and being fine with a 90 is interesting, but after a 32, please, just a 90. Brander, at least he plays. Dusty should score alright against St Kilda. St Kilda's defense isn't anything amazing. Cripps versus Essendon. For a long time, it was Cripps versus Essendon VFL team. I would have been happy if it was that, because then I would have put it captain on him. As it is right now, it's probably Gawn captain. Geelong's bringing in Darcy Fort. Darcy Fort against Gawn. I'm going to take Gawn. What do we got? We got Danger against Melbourne. Like I said, it's usually a good game. We'll see. Oliver, Pickett, you know what, now that I'm thinking about it, against Geelong has a pretty good defense. I might not play Pickett, I might play King instead. But then Richmond have a good defense. Damn it. Alright, so that's just screwed this week. Either way, it's a bad score. Harley Bennell hopefully plays above 50% because he did get an extra week off. And then Sicily and Simpkin. Expect tons from both of them. It's just the way it is. Now that I'm thinking about it, a win is definitely possible here. We've got Danger, Cripps, Oliver, Bont as uniques. It's kind of just a week-by-week thing with these guys. Before I forget, I'm going to put Gawn captain. Alright. Anyway, that will be the end of this week's video. From the most depressing and the overall worst week in Supercoach history. That's all. Big Tasty out.